What's going on, guys? My name is Omega and welcome back to another Apex Legends video. So today we have a ton of things to talk about. As you guys know, we just got the brand new story from the Outlands called Fight Night, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down every little detail that you guys might have missed and try to explain what was going on throughout this video. So this trailer actually takes place in a city called Malta, which appears to be what is on the ground right underneath the floating city of Olympus. In the beginning of this video you can see a shelf that has a Malta police badge on it, as well as a picture of Forge on the right side, which does fit into the story, as we do know that Forge was a hyper fighting champion in the lore before he was killed by Revenant. You can also see this guy has various newspaper cutouts on his wall, with his first one relating to Humbert Labs, where Alexander Knox, aka Caustic, burned down the Humbert Labs after he was caught using his gas to do inhumane testing onto other people. Apparently this incident also connects to the murder of Loba's father, who, according to this article, was considered just a low-level con man, which is definitely interesting. Now, if you haven't figured it out yet, this guy is definitely a detective who appears to be focusing his research on Dr. Knox, who apparently was last seen in Zaldina City. From this scene, you can also see a picture of Crypto's foster mother. If you guys remember from Crypto's story from the Outlands, he did have a picture of him, his foster sister, and the woman who took care of him. This scene may be suggesting that the same woman who raised Crypto is also Caustic's mother, which, if that's true, would make both Caustic and Crypto stepbrothers. That is insane. But going back to the story from the Outlands, this guy now works as a security guard for a restaurant, and it looks like while he was working, he notices our little friend Pathfinder trying to make a living for himself as a waiter. Pathfinder bumps into someone who then pulls out a Rampart modded wingman, specifically the same one from the Season 5 Battle Pass. The guy shoots Pathfinder, and I don't know why you would do that, because the bullet literally just ricocheted back and just killed him immediately. Our detective slash security guard sees this on the cameras and thinks that Pathfinder is the one pulling out the gun and killing everyone. While he's arresting Pathfinder, we notice that the guy who dies' phone starts to ring with a call from someone named QW. This will be explained later on in the video, but it's definitely an important reference that we have here in the beginning. While Pathfinder is being questioned by this detective, one thing that I did notice is he actually picked up a boxing glove, which I'm sure is just a reference to his heirloom, and also the fact that this detective probably is also a professional fighter, or at least used to be really good at fighting. Now, our detective still thinks that Pathfinder was the one with the gun originally, so there's some back and forth dialogue between a confused Pathfinder and this angry detective. But the scene cuts to a dropship landing that looks like a completely different color compared to normal dropships. At first I thought maybe this was like teasing dropship skins coming out in the future, but I think it's mainly just to emphasize the person that is about to walk out of it. 3 men walk out of the dropship, one of which I presume to be QW, since he was looking at a picture of Pathfinder on his phone. But we go back to the security guard's office, and things get really interesting when the detective starts to watch all of Pathfinder's memories, with the first one being him getting fired from, I think, the same restaurant that Loba's parents might have been murdered in. He was also fired from some other wealthy estate after he knocked over some vase, but his last memory shows Pathfinder cleaning windows at Humbert Labs with a guilty Alexander Knox standing around burning dead bodies. For those guys that don't know, this is actually a scene from when Alexander Knox, aka Caustic, was caught doing inhumane gas testing on human subjects. Now, one of Pathfinder's official artwork is him cleaning windows on a large glass building. Could this be where he actually caught Alexander Knox? I'm not sure if this matches up perfectly, but this is one thing that I did definitely notice from this trailer. But afterwards, Pathfinder starts showing all of his memories on rewind. Now, the first memory was when Pathfinder did a weather broadcast from when the planet Typhon exploded. In the bottom, you might notice that it actually says Gridiron, which is the same place that Loba apparently sent Revenant's source code. The second memory was Pathfinder being in the same room when Revenant murdered Loba's parents from the Season 4 Assimilation trailer. You can also see Pathfinder taking care of a baby, which at first many people thought would be Watson as a baby, but the date doesn't really match up because this kid would be about 50 years old now. Other people are saying this could be Horizon's son Newt. We also see Pathfinder catching who we presume to be QL shooting a man point blank. And then finally, the last memory that appears is a woman who goes by the name of Amelia Paquette, who appears on video. Now, if you guys don't know, Amelia Paquette is Watson's mother, which is pretty crazy seeing her on video talking directly to Pathfinder, giving him information on basically who he was and how important he actually is.
Pathfinder.
We've made you for a
or its purpose.
What's interesting from this video is that you can actually see that she is activating the self-destruct option for the Phase Runner on Olympus. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this is referencing to the Phase Runner on Olympus. I assume that is the only Phase Runner that we have on that planet. Now, this might be a video that Watson's mom recorded after she sent Pathfinder through the Phase Runner in order to protect him. She might have even destroyed the Phase Runner after in order to stop anyone from tracking him down. Now, going back to the story from the Outlands, QW shows up and tries to drag a Pathfinder away. You can see on his neck he has a tattoo of the same dragon symbol that is seen on their dropship. After escaping, Pathfinder and the detective steal QL's ship to get away. The detective is asking Pathfinder to give him everything he knows about Alexander Knox, but instead Pathfinder goes back to Watson's mom. The scene cuts to QW on his ship while they're chasing down the detective and Pathfinder, in which he's actually looking up information of the detective, who we find out is named Victor Maldera. The description says, former member of the Malta Police Department, previously decorated for solving the Vengeance double homicide. Tasked with the Humbert Labs investigation, Lieutenant Maldera began to display signs of obsessive compulsion upon closure of the case. He physically assaulted the coroner for his determination that Alexander Knox was among the casualties in the fire. Lieutenant Maldera was reassigned, and with no other suspects, the case was deemed an accident. Maldera refused his reassignment, following an intoxicated altercation with his commanding officer, and was then dishonorably discharged. For all you lore nerds out there, Victor Maldera was actually mentioned in the Season 1 lore, so this name has been around in the Apex community for about 2 years now. Now after this, Victor gets a transmission from QW, him to give over the Marvin, and they would give him everything he needs to take down Caustic. You can really see at this point Victor debating what to do. Despite him not really liking Pathfinder that much, he also didn't just want to give him up to the enemy. Path and Victor's ship gets struck by lightning twice before Spectres come to board the ship. Victor is given another chance to give up Pathfinder, and this time he actually opens the top door to let the Spectres in, who end up just shooting him in the back. Pathfinder starts fighting the Spectre and steals his grapple, which he uses to get back onto the ship. Again, this is just another way Apex has explained where a legend-specific ability came from. When Pathfinder gets back on the ship, he starts fighting another Spectre as they are flying through Olympus. You can tell it's Olympus because they're passing signs that do say Olympus, and also the buildings look very similar to what we see on the map. And then this transitions into probably one of the best kills out of this entire video. I'll let you guys check that out right here.
Scavlander.
Finally, QW comes back with a Volt and some weird kind of 2x scope that I've never seen before. I don't know if this is just supposed to resemble an older version of these scopes, or if this is, possibly teasing something new. But right before he's about to shoot Pathfinder off the ship, Victor comes out from under the ship and shoots him with Rampart's wingman, sending him falling to, I presume, his death. He was up pretty high, so I don't think he would have survived that. Now, right as the ship is about to crash, Pathfinder saves Victor and flies right into a dumpster, which is ironically the same place he found Ash. I don't know if that has any further connections, but that was just an interesting thing that I found. As Pathfinder is quote-unquote dying, Victor starts to play back the footage of Alexander Knox, but decides to let Pathfinder watch the rest of Watson's mother's video before he got shut off, which was kind of sad. But at the very end, you can see another face reappear on Pathfinder's screen, who I believe is just Watson's mother reappearing on the screen to basically show that Pathfinder is not completely dead. For some reason, when the rain was coming down on him, he was able to, I guess, revive himself back to life. Now, in terms of predictions, I feel like there's still a lot of unanswered questions that we really don't have. For one, while I think Watson's mom did help in creating Pathfinder, I don't think she is like the main person who created him. I'm not sure if that question was really answered in the story from the Outlands, but I'm hoping that probably once Pathfinder's actual book comes out later on this year, that's probably going to give us some more information and might continue this story just in book format. Let me know your guys' predictions or comments down below. Let me know your guys' predictions and feedback down in the comments below. Really curious to what you guys thought of this story from the Outlands. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel so that you guys never miss a future upload. But again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.